Welcome back to another Top 10s Day Wednesday video. Today's video was the final installment of a four-part series as we finish ranking the most valuable annual pre-constructed commander decks throughout Magic the Gathering's history. The 10-year anniversary of Wizards of the Coast's first ever Commander product is right around the corner. To celebrate, I think it would be flavorful to review the current expected value of every pre-constructed deck that has been released over this period of time. This list is comprised of the annual Commander decks and not the set Commander decks that were introduced with Zendikar Rising. This list also will not include the Commander 2021 decks. As there are 42 decks that have been released since 2011, splitting this series into 4 separate top 10 videos seems appropriate. The bottom 32 decks have already been discussed, and if you missed them or want to review them, then you can click on the links in the description below. Before we continue, first, a disclaimer. The expected value of these decks were researched at the same time in order to compile the overall list of 42 decks. As this series is going to be spread out over the course of weeks, it is likely that the expected value of these decks will change during this time. These changes may modify the overall rankings of this list, as some decks are separated by mere pennies. Keep that inevitability in mind, and think of this list as a snapshot in time of where these decks rank from the standpoint of expected value as compared to the time of viewing this video. Now, let's continue with the last 10 decks. Number 10 on this list is Forged in Stone. Released in 2014, this mono-white deck features Nahiri the Lithomancer as the front-facing commander, in addition to Kemba, Ka-Regent, and Jezal Goldmane as other commander options. The most valuable card in this deck is Grand Abolisher at around $28. The 99 of this build is filled with various equipment spells such as Luxodon Warhammer, Sword of Vengeance, Stratascythe, Argentum Armor, and is the birthplace of Masterwork of Ingenuity. This deck wants to utilize powerfully equipped creatures in combat as its win condition, and Nahiri is well equipped to enhance this theme. She can create a 1/1 core soldier creature token and attach an equipment to it. She can also put an equipment card from your hand onto the battlefield. As well as Nahiri synergizes with equipment, Kemba is the more popular commander option by about 30 spots, as per EDHREC.com. Number 9 on this list is Peer Through Time. A return to 2014, this mono-blue deck features Teferi, Temporal Archmage, as its front-facing commander, in addition to Stitcher Giralf, and Lorthos the Tidemaker as other commander options. The most valuable card in this deck is Sapphire Medallion at around $40. This is a typical mono-blue build, relying on permission and control in order to slow the game and claim victory in the long run through the use of counter magic, cantrips, cloning, and big flying creatures. Teferi's abilities are powerful and can be abused infinitely outside of this deck. Teferi's presence as a Tier 1 commander option in CDH demonstrates his potential power. Although easily the most popular commander option in this build by over 400 spots according to EDHREC.com, Teferi's overall ranking is in the low 300s, which is one of the lowest ranks for the most popular commander option of a deck on this list. Number 8 on this list is Sworn to Darkness. In yet another return to 2014, this mono-black deck features Ob Nixilis of the Black Oath as the front-facing commander, in addition to Drana, Calastria Bloodchief, and Ghoul-colored Jisa as other commander options. The most valuable card in this deck is Jet Medallion at around $44. An unsurprising mono-black focus, this build tries to accomplish what black does best, destroying creatures, graveyard recursion, and paying life in order to draw cards while slowly draining the life out of its opponents. Ob Nixilis epitomizes this plan, as each of his Planeswalker abilities focuses on this game plan. He life drains for +2, creates a demon creature token for -2, and makes an emblem allowing you to sacrifice a creature in order to gain life and draw cards. One of the deck's secondary commander options, Ghoul-colored Jisa, is more popular than Ob Nixilis by nearly 300 spots, according to EDHREC.com. Number 7 on this list is Guided by Nature. The last entrant from the class of 2014, this mono-green deck features Freyalise, Llanowar's Fury as its front-facing commander, in addition to Azuri, Renegade Leader, and Titania, Protector of Argoth, as other commander options. The most valuable card in this deck is Titania, Protector of Argoth, at around $25. As observed from the other monocolor decks from 2014, this build embodies the very best of its color, mana ramp elves, and big stompy creatures. The 99 is inundated with creature spells, 37 of them, and combat payoff cards like Overwhelming Stampede, Overrun, and Beastmaster's Ascension in order to close out the game through combat. Freyalise creates Llanowar elves, destroys artifacts and enchantments, and can enable a massive card drawing effect. According to EDHREC.com, she is not the most popular commander option from this deck, as Azuri, Renegade Leader, is more popular by around 200 spots and is within range of making the top 100. Number 6 on this list is Stalwart Unity. Released in 2016, this 4-color deck features Kinios and Tiro of Meletis as its front-facing commander. Also, there are 3 legendary creatures with the partner mechanic: Ludovic, Necro Alchemist, Crom, Ludovic's Opus, and Sidar Kundo of Jamura. The most valuable card in this deck is Forbidden Orchard at around $20. This is a group hug deck that looks to provide resources to its opponents. Kinios and Tiro allow opponents to play a land or draw a card at the beginning of your end step. The 99 also has various spells from which your opponents benefit, like Minds Aglow, Assault Suit, Oath of Druids, Forbidden Orchard, Tempt with Discovery, Selvala, Explorer Returned, as well as Veteran Explorer, to name a few. According to EDHREC.com, Kinios and Tiro of Meletis is the most popular group hug commander option in the format, dwarfing the number 2 option, Kenrith the Returned King, by over 200 spots. Number 5 on this list is Open Hostility. A return to 2016, this 4-color deck features Saskia the Unyielding as its front-facing commander. Also, there are 3 legendary creatures with the partner mechanic: Timna the Weaver, Ravos Soul Tender, and Tana the Bloodsour. The most valuable card in this deck is Conqueror's Flail at around $33. This build is attack-centric, and Saskia rewards her pilot by ending games quickly through combat. When she enters the battlefield, you choose a player. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, it deals that much damage to the chosen player. If a creature you control deals damage to the chosen player, it also deals that much damage to the player again. There are also defensive and political machinations involved if you select yourself as the chosen player. Saskia the Unyielding provides amazing versatility for a combat-centric commander, whether it's through political alignment or the desire to wipe out her opponents. Number 4 on this list is Entropic Uprising. The last entrant from the class of 2016, this 4-color deck features Yidris, Maelstrom Wielder, as its front-facing commander. Also, there are 3 legendary creatures with the partner mechanic: Thrasios, Triton Hero, Kaidel, Chosen of Krufix, and Vile Smasher the Fierce. The most valuable card in this deck is Thrasios Triton Hero at around $28. This deck wants to take advantage of Yidris's Cascade-enabling ability. Whenever Yidris, Maelstrom Wielder, deals combat damage to a player, as you cast spells from your hand this turn, they gain Cascade. This equates to free spells as long as Yidris can deliver combat damage. In order to keep your hand full of cards, there are numerous cantrip spells included in the 99. Maintaining a fistful of cards will help enable a cascade fest of spells if Yidris connects with combat damage, and this deck delivers on that plan. Number 3 on this list is Feline Ferocity. Released in 2017, this Selesnya deck features Arabo, Roar of the Wild, as its front-facing commander, in addition to Nazan, Revered Bladesmith, and Miri, Weatherlight Duelist, as other commander options. The most valuable card in this deck is Kindred Summons at around $32. The Eminence mechanic returns. At the beginning of combat on your turn, whether Arabo is on the battlefield or in the command zone, another target cat you control gets +3/+3 until the end of turn. Arabo's non-eminence ability is also nothing to sneeze at. Whenever another cat you control attacks, you may pay 1, a green, and a white. It gains trample and gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is its power. Minimally, a cat with 0 power before combat will be able to attack for 6 trample for the investment of 1, a green, and a white if Arabo is on the battlefield. It is unsurprising that Arabo is the most popular cat tribal commander, according to EDHREC.com. Number 2 on this list is Draconic Domination. A return to 2017, this 5-color deck features the Dragon as its front-facing commander, in addition to O Kagagachi, Vengeful Kami, Scion of the Dragon, and Ramos Dragon Engine as other commander options. The most valuable card in this deck is Kindred Discovery at around $40. This is the only 5-color pre-constructed commander deck to date. The Dragon's Eminence ability may be the second weakest of the 4 front-facing commanders from the 2017 product. A reduction of 1 colorless mana and dragon spells you cast is ho-hum. However, its other ability is the most powerful among the 2017 front-facing commander options. Whenever 1 or more dragons you control attack, draw that many cards, then you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. Despite an 11-year gap between the releases of Scion of the Dragon and the Dragon is the more popular commander option in Dragon tribal decks according to EDHREC.com, and it's not even close. Lastly on this list, the number 1 most valuable pre-constructed deck is Vampiric Bloodlust. The last entrant from the class of 2017 and the last entrant on this list, this Mardu deck features Edgar Markov as its front-facing commander, in addition to Lycia Sanguine Tribune and Mathis Fiendseeker as other commander options. The most valuable card in this deck is Edgar Markov at around $50. The most powerful Eminence ability in the history of Magic the Gathering resides with Edgar. Whenever you cast another vampire spell, if Edgar is in the command zone or on the battlefield, create a 1/1 black vampire creature token. In a dedicated vampire tribal deck with a slew of vampire creature spells, Edgar's Eminence ability is devastating. He can stay in the command zone for the entire game and still have the greatest impact at the table due to his ability to double up creatures. As a Mardu deck, the 99 is filled with disruption, removal, and combat-centric spells in order for Edgar to lead his tribe to eventual victory. That'll do it for part 4 of this 4-part series. Hope you enjoyed it.
Leave me any messages in the comment section below, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons on your way out. This is MTG Burgeoning, your channel for celebrating Commander.